The card trick I'm about to show you is absolutely mind-blowing. If you're interested in learning about the props that I carry with me at all times and the tricks that I perform when I'm put on the spot, I just published a free video on my website at mindblownmagic.com. This trick is perfect if you have two spectators, but you could do it with one as well. You're going to ask them to cut off about a third of the pack or almost half the pack and just put them aside. Then you'll take the other portion of the deck and you're going to have them select a random card. So this will be the second spectator. They take that card. And now we're going to remind them that the first spectator cut the cards wherever they wanted, and the second spectator could have chosen any one of the cards in this pack, but they chose that card. Now they're going to look at the card. I'll look away. I'll show you the card. And now we're going to place that card back into the center of this pack, put the rest back on top, and I won't touch those cards anymore. We'll leave them over here. We'll go back to the original pack, and I would start dealing, and I'd ask that first spectator to tell me when to stop whenever they wanted. Now since there's no spectator here, I'm just going to roll these dice, and whatever number they land on, that's how many cards I'll deal. So we got an 8, so I'll deal 8 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this card we will look at, and this will be our indicator to tell us how many cards down we should go in that deck. So it's a 9, so we're going to deal 9 cards here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the 9th card is the selected card. So this trick does require a little bit of setup, but I really think it's worth it because it's such a strong effect. You're going to grab all the 8s and 9s in the deck, so 4 8s and 4 9s. And then every other card at the top of the deck, you'll put one of them. So I have an ace or any random card, and then an 8, then a random card, an 8, random card 9, random card 9, random card 9, random 9, random 8. So it doesn't matter which order the 8s and 9s are in, as long as they're every other card and there's a random card on top. And the rest of the deck is just random. Now to start this trick, I just did a false cut. It was just a simple swing cut. I swing the cards over, I square these up, place them down, and I put them right back on top. So in regular motion, it looks pretty good, like it's a real cut, and it kind of makes them believe the cards really were mixed. Now I'll ask the first spectator to cut off a third or half of the deck. I don't want them to cut off too many cards, because if they get past all the 8s and 9s, then they could deal farther than that later. So it's better if they have fewer cards when they cut. So I'll say about a third of the deck. They'll cut some chunk off, they put them to the side. Now, this is really a free choice. They select any card they want. And as you pause to remind them that they could have cut anywhere they wanted, and this person could have selected any card they wanted, you're going to get a break under 8 cards. It's much easier if there's an audience and they're picking this card up to look at it because there's misdirection all over the place. But in this case, I just grabbed 4 cards. I said, look, you could have chosen any card, and then I went and grabbed another 4 cards from this half of the deck, but you chose that card, and then I just kept my finger here to get a pinky break to hold that spot, and from the front, it looks clean enough. They're looking at their card, and as soon as they're ready to put it back, I just look like I cut the cards anywhere. I want to make that look random. I place their card right back, put the rest of the cards back on top, and now their card is in the 9th position. Now as I start dealing cards off this side, I'm going to ask them to tell me when to stop. All you have to pay attention to is whether you're on an even or an odd number of cards. So that's an odd number, that's an even number, that's an odd, even, odd, even, odd, even, and they say stop right there. If it's an even number, you flip that card up. It's going to be an 8 or a 9. It has to be. If you would land on an odd card, let's say the next one they said stop, I would say, okay, the next card is, because I know that one's not a 9, the next card is, and I flip that up, and that has to be a 9 or an 8. Well, let's say it's a 9. So now you're going to go back to the other pile, and you're going to deal out 9 cards. Of course, their card is in the 9th position, so it's got to work. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You stop there, and you show it to them. But what if they would have gotten an 8 on this side? Well, in that case, I would have just counted 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And the next card is your card. I would just go to the next card either way. So whether they got an 8 or a 9, I'm still going to stop on the 9th card and show them that that's their card. Now, one other thing that I've seen some magicians do, I don't know that it's necessary, but some like to do it, is when they get to the 8 or the 9 in this pile, they like to show it and say, look, if you would go one more card, you would have gotten a 4. If you went one less card, you would have gotten a queen. But in this case, you got a 9. And it kind of solidifies the fact that this was a random number.